You know, there's two types of travelers, those who stand in line and those who don't. In my opinion, travel is about the actual experience, not waiting in line for a place that you've traveled so far to see. Today, I'm going to teach you how to bypass this line and go right into the Vatican. I'm Angel Castellanos for the Tour Guide, and today I'm giving you the formula of how to visit the Vatican museums, the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, and really show you how to not only get to the front of the line, but also have one of the best experiences of your life. While Vatican City is an independent country, today it is also part of the 2,000-year grand history of Rome in the Western world. For billions of devout Christians around the globe, it is their religious capital, home of the Pope, and a special place in their faith since it was built around the grave of the first Pope, a disciple of Jesus. For curious travelers, it is a treasure trove of art and architecture dating back to ancient Rome, but also featuring an all-star list of the greatest artists known to mankind, like Raphael, Michelangelo, Botticelli, and Bernini, just to name a few. Vatican City is located west of the Centro Storico on the other side of the Tiber. There's a couple of different ways to reach either St. Peter's Basilica or the Vatican Museums. You can take Metro Line A to Ottaviano stops, which is about 5 stops away from Termini Station. Or you can ask your taxi driver to drop you off either at St. Peter's Basilica or the Vatican Museums. Remember, they're in 2 different drop-off points. Quick little travel hack: before you show up to the meeting point, have breakfast before heading up to Via del Vaticano. You know, they have really good pastries inside, really good breakfast, it's not overpriced, and you're just a short distance away from the meeting point. If you'd like to have breakfast inside of Vatican City, then join us for a new tour that gives you VIP entrance into the Vatican Museums and Sistine Chapel a full 90 minutes before the public, including breakfast in the Pinecone Courtyard. And if early morning isn't your thing, then join us for our closing time tour. Check the links in the description below. How are you? Good to see you.
Welcome to the tour.
I'm ready. Let's do this, yeah?
Let's do this.
The door that you see on my left is actually the exit, but right behind me on this side is the main entrance. And the Vatican is covered in our Rome in a Day tour, but if you just want to see the Vatican Museums and Sistine Chapel, there are so many different options for you to choose from. You can get the privileged entrance tickets, which is fantastic because you actually enter the museums well before the public. That's right, you almost get this private, crowdless experience, which is absolutely fantastic. You can also get a Sistine Chapel and Vatican and St. Peter's Dome combination as well. There's also an additional skip the line tickets, which is fantastic too. Be sure to check the links in the description below for all of the different tour options. So if you are interested in seeing the Vatican Museums, this is the entrance. It's not the entrance to St. Peter's Basilica, and you see 2 lines behind me. On the right side is for people waiting in line to buy a ticket. It's a super huge long line. And on the other side, that's where the groups enter. So if you're on a particular tour, you'll enter on this side. At the time of filming, proof of a full vaccine cycle was required in order to enter the Vatican Museums and Sistine Chapel with either a green pass or a CDC vaccine card. Also, don't forget to pack your N95 mask, as it is required to be worn inside of the Vatican Museums at all times. We do expect these rules to change this summer, so check our blog for more details and updates. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus pandemic, the corridor that connects the Sistine Chapel to St. Peter's Basilica is currently closed. So after visiting the Sistine Chapel, which is the grand finale of the Vatican Museums, you'll exit the Sistine Chapel, head outside, and begin the process of entering St. Peter's Basilica. That still saves you about 15 minutes from having to walk around the Vatican City walls. So within Vatican City, you'll find St. Peter's Square, which is where I'm standing now, St. Peter's Basilica, which is behind me, and then behind that is the Vatican Museums, which eventually leads you into the Sistine Chapel. Now, those are completely sort of separate entities. So if you're interested in seeing the Vatican Museum and the Sistine Chapel, don't come to St. Peter's Square or the Basilica first. Ask your taxi to drop you off at the Vatican Museums because it's in a completely different location, which is about a 10-minute walk around the Vatican walls. So as you're walking up Via della Conciliazione, you'll see St. Peter's Basilica, and if you're facing St. Peter's Basilica, the security entrance is over on the right-hand side. So be sure to go right, and if you have your back to the Basilica, it's obviously on your left. But you will have to go through a security checkpoint, so be sure to prepare for that. So there definitely is a dress code for St. Peter's Basilica and for the Sistine Chapel. So be sure to have your shoulders covered, your knees covered, dress modestly, dress as if you're going to your grandmother's house and you don't want to offend her in any kind of way, because after all, this is a place of worship and you want to be respectful, and it would be a shame for you to come all this way and not be let in because your shorts are too short. So if you want us to make this whole thing easy for you and skip the line, join us on one of our Vatican tours and check the links in the description below. So if you're coming to the Wednesday audience with the Pope, and as you're leaving, make sure you don't walk down Via della Conciliazione. You can take a side street over to the right-hand side. So with St. Peter's Basilica to your back, go to the right when you get to this point, and you will go completely around all of the crowds, avoid all that hot mess down that main road, and just have a better experience when you leave. Thousands of fellow travelers and pilgrims visit Vatican City each day. So whether you're traveling independently or jumping on a tour, the key to maximizing your time and making it a stress-free experience is to plan ahead and book early. I'm Angel Castellanos with the tour guide. Happy travels! Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and smash that bell so you can find our next video. Excuse me.
And say something. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah. Whenever you want.
So over on the
left hand
you see the
exit.
museum. So if you choose not for you to get here, and if you are, no, let's just do it again. The Metro Line A goes to Ottaviano stop, which is about 5 stops away. Are those kids loud?